Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Ako po ay si Attorney Lianes Unito-Tabug of Human Settlements Adjudication Commission. Ang layunin po ng aking video today ay to inform and make you all aware of our mandate, jurisdiction, and procedure. But before I discuss all of those today, bibigyan ko po muna kayo ng konting history ng aming ahensya. Kami po ay isa sa mga key shelter agencies ng gobyerno. By virtue of Republic Act 11201, which was signed into law by then President Rodrigo Duterte on February 14, 2019, ang HSAC o kilala bilang Housing and Urban Development Coordinating Council and HLURB o kilala bilang Housing and Land Use Regulatory Board ay pinagsama-sama. Dahil po sa batas na ito, ang HLURB was reconstituted and reorganized now as HSAC. Ito na po kami ngayon. Wala na pong HLURB. At ang HSAC po ay napalitan naman ng DHSUD. Ang DHSUD po ay charged with main function of coordinating the activities of all government housing agencies. Mayroon po silang regulatory, supervisory, enforcement, and coordination functions. That is to ensure the accomplishment of the National Shelter Program. Samantala, kami po sa HSAC o Human Settlements Adjudication Commission ay mayroong purely adjudication functions. Katuwang at kapareha po namin ng DHSUD because we were both created by the same law. So, this is our vision. HSAC is an independent quasi-judicial institution composed of public servants of competence, integrity, and responsibility that affords its stakeholders equal access to legal process geared towards just, speedy, impartial, transparent, and inexpensive resolution of dispute involving housing and real estate development and transactions, land use, and homeowners associations. So what is our mission? HSAC is vested with exclusive and original jurisdiction to hear and decide cases involving the following. Number 1, subdivisions, condominiums, memorial parks, and similar real estate developments and transactions. This one po covers those transactions of subdivided lots that are offered to public for sale. Number 2, homeowners associations. Number 3, the implementation of the balanced housing development provision of RA 7279 as amended. Number 4, laws and regulations being implemented by DHSUD. Also, HSAC is vested with appellate jurisdiction over decisions of local zoning bodies. So in the next slides po, atin pong hihimayin ang mga detalye ng aming jurisdiction. Ito po yung mga kaso na mayroon po kaming otoridad to investigate based on law and facts and render decision. So for cases involving subdivisions, condominiums, memorial parks, and similar real estate developments, whenever there are actions concerning unsound real estate business practices filed by buyers or homeowners against the project owner or developer. So kapag po sinabing unsound real estate business practices, this one po is not yet, there's no concrete definition of it yet, dahil po ito ay napakalawak, mayroon pong napakalawak na definition. So, What are those examples of unsound real estate business practices? Yun po yung kapag yung developer ay gumamit ng substandard materials sa paggawa ng housing or house na nakasaad doon sa inyong kontrata. Or kapag po yung developer ay gumamit ng false advertisements, or kapag po sila ay mayroong excessive interest rates, or kapag po binigyan niyo po kayo ng false promises or yung mga pangakong hindi totoo, at kapag po ay they engage without license to sell. Kasi po, bago po sila magbenta ng housing or lots, dapat po meron po silang lisensya from DHSUD. Okay. 1.2 are those claims for refund and other claims filed by a subdivision lot or condominium unit buyer against the project owner, developer, dealer, broker, or salesman. Kapag po yung mayroon po kayong issue sa inyong developer na hindi nila tinupad yung mga terms na nandoon sa inyong kontrata. Like for example, mag-file po kayo ng claims or other monetary claims filed for breach or violations of contract. Kapag po nakasaad, for example, doon sa inyong kontrata na yung developer mayroon pong 2 years to complete the subdivision project at hindi nila iyon nagawa within 2 years, so pwede nyo po silang ireklamo at mag-file po kayo ng refund sa amin. Next, whenever there are cases involving specific performance of contractual and statutory obligation arising from the sale of the lot or unit and development of the subdivision or condominium project. Ano pong ibig sabihin ng specific performance? That is defined under the law as the remedy of requiring exact performance of a contract in the specific form in which it was made or according to the precise terms agreed upon. It is the actual accomplishment of a contract by a party bound to fulfill it. So for example, when you compel or when you want to compel your developer to deliver title to you after, for example, you paid in full your house and lot and they refused to deliver the title, you can come to us and you can compel them, file an action for specific performance to compel them to deliver the title. Disputes involving the open spaces or common areas and their use filed by the project owner or developer or the duly registered homeowners association, including eviction of illegal occupants therein. So ano po yung ibig sabihin ng open spaces or common areas? Yun po yung area that are reserved exclusively for parks, playgrounds, recreational uses, roads, and other similar facilities and amenities in a subdivision project. Next, whenever there's a suit to declare a subdivision or a condominium or other real estate development as abandoned. So, when you say abandoned po, yun po yung mga project whose development has not been completed in accordance with the approved development plan, despite the lapse of at least 10 years from the target date of completion, and it appears that said project owner or developer has no intention to complete it, or for at least the last 5 years, despite diligent efforts, the project owner or developer cannot be located. Or whenever there are disputes involving easements within or among subdivision projects. When you say easements, example of those would be when you have disputes concerning road right-of-way. So you can also come to us because that falls within our jurisdiction. And then lastly, those actions to annul mortgages and other agreements executed in violation of Section 18 of PD number 957. So example for that are those mortgages made without prior written approval of the suit. Okay, so for cases involving homeowners associations, whenever you have controversies involving the registration and regulation of homeowners association, that is also within our jurisdiction. Or whenever you have intra-association disputes between and among members of homeowners association, or between any or all of them and the HOA of which they are members. So for example, when a homeowner member will file a dispute against the homeowner association. Next, inter-association disputes between or among two or more HOAs or between and among federations on matters pertaining to the exercise of their rights, duties, and functions. So whenever there's a dispute between a homeowner association of a specific community versus another homeowners association. Or next, disputes between homeowners association and the states, or for disputes between homeowners association and the beneficial users of its services. Okay, next, that would fall under our jurisdiction are disputes involving the implementation of Section 18 of Republic Act 7279 as amended by Republic Act number 10884. This is about the balanced housing development, whereby it is required that the owners and or developers of proposed subdivision and condominium projects to develop an area for socialized housing. So at the option of the developer. So they're given the option to develop for socialized housing 15% for total subdivision area or project cost, or 5% for condominium cost or area. Next, disputes are controversies involving laws and regulations being implemented by the suit, except those cases falling within the jurisdiction of other judicial or quasi-judicial body. So under this, those regulations or laws implemented by the suit is the Community Mortgage Program, or known as CMP, of Social Housing Finance Corporation, or SHFC. And then those we call other analogous cases. Okay, so in this slide, I will be tackling the general flow, or what is the general flow of adjudication process before our agency. So una po ay yung pag-file or filing a verified complaint and of course payment of required legal fees. Dito po sa Region 9, sa aming Regional Adjudication Branch, there are two ways po of filing. One is digital or personal. Disclaimer po, for digital filing, exclusive po iyan dito lamang po sa aming branch. And I will also be discussing that in the next slide kung paano po iyon. So this is for the general flow. First is the filing of verified complaint and payment of required legal fees. And the next is the service of summons to the respondent together with a complaint and other attachments. And next is the filing of an answer. And then there shall be mandatory conference in this proceeding, the mediation proceeding is also incorporated. And next is the filing of position papers, and then the adjudicator's decision. Okay, so this is what I have mentioned earlier regarding digital filing. So HSAC Regional Adjudication Branch 9 has provided an automated complaint assistant to help the public generate a draft, editable complaint in the prescribed form from the comfort of their homes. So you can scan any of these QR codes. For the first one on the left, those are for real estate management disputes. And for the other, on the right side, the right QR code, that's for the Homeowners Association disputes. Should you have any questions about this, the contact number is provided there, and also our email. Whenever you have questions, we'd be able to help you with that also. And then, this is the example or the template for the real estate management cases, the one on the left side. When you scan the code, this is the prompt. HSAC Automated Complaint Assistant for Real Estate Management Cases. So this draft, this is in the prescribed form, and using the answers that you will provide. After you submit your responses, an email will be sent attaching the draft complaint in PDF or the DOCX format, as well as an official assessment of the filing fees. So the email will also contain instructions on how to proceed with the filing of your complaint. So this is what you will see after you scan the code. And then as soon as you are finished, this is more likely the form that will be submitted to us. You will see here the complaint, and then the facts. You will provide it in the digital automated assistant as to, there are tick boxes there that you can click na ano po yung specific actions niyo po. So marami pong examples doon. At yun po ay i-click nyo lang po lamang. At ito na po yung format na ma-receive po namin on our end. So I mentioned earlier na mayroon pong dalawang process in filing. Yun po yung diniscuss ko kanina, yung automated complaint. At ito naman po yung mag-download po kayo ng form sa website po namin. Our website is https and then /hsac.gov.ph. So as soon as you go to our website, you just have to find the resources tab, and under that you will see the downloadable forms. You just have to click that, and then this is the next page that you will see. So you can download there various legal forms, the REM complaint, the HOA complaint, the answer or SPA to file case or answer, SPA for mandatory conference, or legal form for a joint motion to dismiss or motion to approve compromise agreement. Okay, so what's the usual flow whenever you file an appeal? From our regional adjudicator, the case will be elevated to the division of the commission. At kapag po ay hindi kayo sang-ayon sa decision po ng aming division, you can appeal po next doon po sa commission and bank. And hindi naman po, again, pag hindi po kayo sang-ayon dyan, you can also file, you can elevate your appeal to our Court of Appeals. Yan po yung usual flow. Dati po, wala pong, hindi po ganito yung process. But meron na po tayong abbreviated appeal. Yung desisyon ng aming commission ay appealable po doon sa Court of Appeals via Rule 43. So, ano po yung mga special cases? Yun po yung mga election contest ng mga Homeowners Association. So, kapag po mayroong desisyon, kapag po, example, yung regional adjudicator namin ay magbigay ng desisyon declaring such election, for example, void. So, pag hindi po kayo sang-ayon, yung decision po niya, hindi nyo po kailangan mag-file or mag-appeal doon sa division. Pwede po kayo diretso doon sa Commission and Bank, and then appealable po yung decision ng Commission and Bank sa Court of Appeals. Kaya po meron siyang 4 special cases only. Okay. So, sa amin pong rules, it is speedy because there are motions that we do not allow. Like for example, kapag po mag-file ng motion for extension or motion to like for those replies or rejoinders, hindi po yan allowed sa amin. Kasi po, we are tasked to dispose cases in speedy nature. And then po, inexpensive. Kasi po yung filing fees namin, hindi po mahal. It's just 1,400 po per filing fee. And then 7 pesos for every 1,000 po kapag po kayo ay nag-claim ng damages. Unlike in the regular courts na mas mahal po sila doon. And then, as I've mentioned earlier, meron po kami abbreviated appeal. Diretso na po tayo doon sa Court of Appeals. Hindi na po kayo dadaan sa Office of the President, gaya nung old rule. Diretso na po tayo sa CA. And then, so ito po yung makikita nyo. Once nag-file po kayo ng digital filing, meron pong nakasaad doon or ma-reflect po doon yung fees, yung babayaran nyo po as you go through or as you fill out information. Okay. Ito po, meron po kaming UPay by Union Bank. Ito na po yung ginagamit namin ngayon. It's a payment platform that consolidates several payment methods and provides a single integration point for your collection needs. So, kapag kayo nag-digital filing, you don't need to come to our office to pay because it will be prompted by UPay. You can pay through GrabPay or GCash or Palawan Pawn Shop or Cebuana. You can also use if you have credit cards or debit cards para po maka-file po kayo and ma-file na po officially yung complaint nyo. Ito po makita yung, you just have to select your transaction type, which is verified complaint. Ito po yung makikita nyo kapag babayad na po kayo through UPay. You just have to select this specific transaction type, verified complaint. And then just fill out all the other information that is needed. Yan po. Yun na po lahat. And ito po yung location namin sa Pagadian City. Second floor, Calex Real Estate Building or Calex Car Care Center of Epes Pajares Avenue, San Jose District, Pagadian City, Zamboanga del Sur. We are open to serve you. So should you have any questions, that's our phone number and then our email as well. You can also go to our Facebook, Human Settlements Adjudication Commission, Regional Adjudication Branch 9. Thank you. Thank you for your time.